Nova Pangea is a new company which has a process which can take any sort of biomass and turn it into a whole range of chemicals and precursors for fuels. It's unusual because it is capable of operating at complete oil industry scale. It's a continuous biofractionation process that extracts every little fraction of value from the cells. It's been our ambition to publicize this efficiently to potential users of the chemical products, and Ecochem seemed a great place to do that. It also is quite new. It's moving from the experimental stage to the demonstration plant stage, and we're looking to raise funds. We already have a site and designs to put that up in the northeast of England on Teesside in the coming year. And so we hoped it would also help publicise that fact and begin to attract some funds, and that also has been quite promising so far. We haven't actually had any cheques written yet, but there are some very promising developments on that front. So we're quite pleased about the contribution Ecochem has made to helping us efficiently get our message across to some very relevant audiences. Whether or not oil runs out, we now have technology that is capable of replacing fossil oil competitively with biomass on a sustainable basis, just using waste biomass, not competing for food, because this sort of process can operate at the scale to get the low costs and the purity of products that can then be used throughout the chemical industry. In some ways it's strange because the industry will rediscover processes that it had before petrochemicals, and we can now replace petrochemicals and fossil fuels with the products of this sort of biofractionation. So I think we're at the beginning of an amazing trend. There's already sufficient unused biomass material in the world to replace about a third of current fossil oil use. With plantation establishment to create feedstock, especially for this whole new way of making things, could easily double that. And that in total would be enough to provide for all the petrochemicals, in place of the current petrochemicals, biomass-based chemicals, and to replace pretty much all of transportation fuels, liquid transportation fuels. So we won't need batteries, we won't need electric cars. What we're doing is taking CO2 from the atmosphere, growing biomass, turning it into fuels, burning it in our cars, putting the CO2 back in the atmosphere. And by the way, our process has a little wrinkle because it produces something called lignin char, and you can choose to put that in the ground, in which case you sequester carbon. It stays locked up for millennia. It has fantastic properties for reclaiming damaged land, and of course it'll all be going on at industrial scale. So you could actually find that every mile you drive your car, you're extracting CO2 from the atmosphere. So it's really got remarkable green credentials.